Hilary, really one night? What is one night gonna solve? Because I'm gonna be honest, I was watching this one night with Jazz and it looked like y'all bonded even more. So we just gonna put it out there. We gonna start heavy because that's what I like to do. The fact that Hilary decided to binge on Jazz, it's like, Hilary, was this really needed? Couldn't this be considered cheating? But I guess she needed to hang out with Jazz one good old fashioned time before her wedding. So I'm like, oh gosh, this is not going to end well. We see them talking. She's like, she always runs. And it seemed like she's doing it yet again to me because she is hanging out with Jazz when she's about to get married. And I actually really like DeMarcus. Sorry, DeMarcus. I meant LaMarcus. I like LaMarcus. He is amazing. It starts with everybody dealing with Amira ODing. Carlton's parents is checking on him like crazy. Like, you okay? You okay? And he's sitting there like, mom, don't check on me. Like, how are y'all checking on me? I am not the one that was on something. I'm like, Carlton, baby, let's bring it back. Every time you're going through a traumatic situation, you always want to relapse. That is not unheard of. So they're checking on you. He's feeling like they're treating him unfairly. Everybody's sad, including Will. However, the investors are not stopping a show because Amira's having a bad day. And everybody else for that matter. So everyone is down Will's throat. Like, what are you doing? I can't believe you. I'm like, so he's supposed to throw everything in the toilet because he's going through a situation? No. Just like the owner of the networking group said, he was like, this is when you really show who you are. When you're going through stuff, still handle it down. Listen, that is a message to me right now because that's something I needed to hear personally. Business-wise, it's like, yo, just get up and just keep moving on. Who cares? Difference between winners and losers is the winners actually just get up when stuff is going crazy. Frederick, Jeffrey's son, he gets beat up like randomly. Some guys just stop and beat his behind. Because I'm like, yo, they're not going to take all the money he just stuffed in his jacket pocket. Nope, it wasn't about that. It was pretty much something going on that he just never says in the beginning. So Jeffrey's looking at him when he walks in the house, face all messed up and stuff like that. And Jeffrey's girlfriend, because yes, Frederick's mama is pretty much Jeffrey's girlfriend. They want to be a happy family. Looks at her son and doesn't say anything. Ivy is like planner of the year. Yes, I know she wasn't the real planner that Hilary hired, but Ivy did some work for that wedding. Like, she is running around making sure everything is right. Like, I would love her as a bridesmaid. Supposedly, Ashley's supposed to be the bridesmaid, and she's like, oh, where's your bridesmaid in daycare? I love the fact that even though Ivy is not the maid of honor, she showed out for your girl. Amira's parents wouldn't allow Colton in the whole time. He is moping around Amira's house. And I get it. Just like your parents didn't want Amira around, her parents don't want you around because y'all are triggering for each other. This is why they tell y'all, do not date when you're getting sober, because turmoil happens in relationships. And not to mention, y'all both trying to kick addictions. Y'all are probably going to both spiral on each other's nerves and play off of that. Finally, the mother speaks to Carlton and she's like, no, Carlton, my daughter is a pathological liar. She does not have a sister. And so we brush that under the bridge, I guess, because Carlton is just like, oh, okay, well, I love Amira. So that happened. Will, like I said, he worked his whole summer. He gave up his basketball camp just to do this business program. Like I was saying in the beginning, everyone is mad at him. And Lisa lashes out on Will also. You're so selfish. And I'm like, dude, stop it. Because if your head was right and it was a choice between swimming and crying all day, you do know swimming was the latter, right? Like, so she's not supportive. And I gotta say, one of my subscribers that's always hanging out with your girl, DeMarcus, has said his favorite person for Will is Jackie. Well, unfortunately, he about to make me jump ship because it's like every time everybody is yelling at Will, Lisa jumps on the bandwagon. So I'm like, and he always has to be the bigger person. So she's lashing out, I'm dealing with my own stuff. You're selfish. And I'm like, if he doesn't know, he just doesn't know. Will goes to Lisa's father and actually makes a confession about Jazz not being the one that torched the place. Now, Will is over there telling Jazz, like, oh my gosh, we got to get these bogus suits away from you. And it's like, well, you do know y'all really did start a fire and that was wrong. Y'all got to take accountability too, because we're not going to go around thinking that that's right. Listen, I got to drink tea while I'm giving y'all the tea. Let's not forget the way this night started with Hilary and Jazz. It's because when she went to the precinct to check on Jazz, there was another female there and she noticed the chemistry. And baby, she goes over to Jazz's crib the next, I don't know, it might have been a few hours. Like, this feels different. You like her. And she decides she's going to lock in with him all night. Like, that is the most selfish thing. I'm trying to root for my women here, but this is getting very difficult. The only thing I keep saying is, Hilary, please don't cheat. Please don't cheat. Carlton is like so distraught. He goes and he tries to buy some product from one of his old dealers. And I actually like the dealer because the dealer is like, listen, we're not going to blame me for your downfall. I don't have it. And Carlton is so upset, which I guess is buying him time and giving him time to think and stuff like that. Like I said, his parents were right to worry. Meanwhile, they're doing a tribute to Amira, and Amira's not even there. So it's like the girl is alive. They could have waited till she got sober. I mean, they could have waited till she got back to do that, but I guess they decided maybe they just needed to release. And at the same time, Carlton is not walking in. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Carlton's getting high. At the same time, Jeffrey know what's up. So he's sitting there walking with the girlfriend and his ex-wife. And he's like, I know it's a van right there. So you're going to tell me what's going on? And she was like, yeah, I'm supposed to lead you to a location. And the funny thing is she was actually about to lead him to the location. She could have come clean with him, but she didn't. She was just going to lead him to the location, save her son, and throw Jeffrey under. And these are the people you want to save and run away with. Okay, well, just know, Jeffrey, they're not loyal. Chris Brown's song playing in the background. Because had he not said nothing, he'd have been in the van. Carlton finally shows up. He decides not to do what he set out to do and just take his behind with his family to Amira's whatever that was. The next day, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I blew off the investors. And Will's like, yeah, no, I handled it. Exactly. Everybody was mad at him that moment. But Carlton was like, saving grace. We have an investor. You see what I mean? Lisa, she was just mad for no reason, jumping on the bandwagon. Carlton was dealing with his own mess, but he realized that, yes, it was better for Will to still live his dream. Hi, Jackie. We're here. We're waiting for you to return. I can get I told you so now, DeMarcus. Anyway, I'm AminaSeenIt. Like, comment, and subscribe. That was episode 9. Please don't forget to watch the episode 10.